got a floor?
Yeah. Okay.
What up, people? It's your friendly neighborhood shooter, broadcast you live from the podcast side. I am Don Juan, your host, joined with my other hostess, my brothers. You know what I'm saying? I got Reese. Pac-Man will be on the comments as usual. I got my young brother. I can't even call him my young brother. I got my brother.
He old.
You know, I got my brother Zeke in the building.
I'm a grown man.
And I got probably my oldest brother over there because we both sharing that 4-1. Beta. What's going on today?
I'm here.
So let's talk about some couple good things. We are on Spotify and Apple Music and wherever you get your podcast from. This podcast will be live tomorrow. So if you missed the live right now, you definitely can check us out tomorrow. You know, on your way to work. You know,
bitches, we famous now.
On your
we famous
elliptical.
bitches. We famous bitches.
You know what I'm saying? Check us out on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcast from.
I'm sorry, Spotify. I'm sorry.
It's Sunday, so I know I did horrible. Betting wise, still is wise. It was pretty bad.
I ain't even going NFL this week. I went NBA.
It was pretty bad.
Paul George didn't score 24. I didn't get the 900 that I thought I was gonna get. Thanks, Paul
I
George.
didn't take no best this year. I mean,
I lost all that money to Don and the fantasy thing, and I quit forever. I'm like, I'm never betting again. What is it, like $15 I lost to you? But that's too much.
It was.
Anybody got some FanDuel slips, man? Push them out to
any parlays,
Please
anything, you know, any tips or whatnot, let us know. But today, the topic is men's health and why we don't like to take care of ourselves.
Everybody show their stomachs. I ain't doing it.
Now
I got a 4-pack. I got a 4-pack over here.
4-pack of what?
Squares.
Budweiser.
St. Polly Girl. That's what it is. St. Polly Girls is what I got.
Also, I just wanted to let everybody know we will be trying a new format. Still, please send your comments in. We will. We're going to discuss the topic amongst ourselves. You know, for our listeners on Spotify and Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcast from. Look us up, Union Podcast. Link is in bio. Also, keep them coming in because we will switch and open up the table and let y'all in on the couch with us. You know what I mean? So, but men's health though. Why we do that to ourselves? I can kick it off.
Mm-hmm.
The only time I kind of
why
go
we do
to
what?
why we not taking care of ourselves, regular checkups and you know things like that.
Shit, I'm gonna go last because I got long ass. Man, listen, I'm gonna take y'all down the rabbit hole. So I'll go last.
Well, I mean, if we just explaining why we don't go, you know, it's been since we were like shorties. Like we just, I ain't gonna say been taught because you know you had to go to school and things of that nature, but it just kind of like when you go to the doctor, you get bad news kind of thing. You know what I mean? Just way of life. People in your family sick. You know, go to the doctor, they're sick. You know, it just kind of leaves that stigma of like that fear of going to a doctor. You know what I'm saying? And things of that nature. Because when people come back, you know, when people get sick and people come back, they usually come back with some sort of diagnosis. You know. It's kind of terrifying.
They wear it on their face walking through the door.
You know, it wears on people's faces. So those kind of things and those memories don't really go nowhere.
I think the stress of knowing is what you know increases the symptoms of the overall diagnosis. Because it's like now you find out you do have this, you do have that. And now it's like it's more psychological at that point because it's like I do know now.
And also it's one thing. It's also like sometimes we just if we feel fine, we fine. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm good.
That's true.
I'm good.
I've always been.
I wake up. Oh, I don't get stressed today. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? No headaches, no nothing. I'm good. You know what I mean? But that's not necessarily the case.
We didn't see like my father. I've never seen him go to the doctor. My uncles, I've never seen them go to the doctor. I don't know if they went to the doctor or not. They never told me, you know, but it's just like, you know, if something, it had to been very severe. And in order for them, you know, and it seemed like it didn't get severe until they went to the doctor. It's like, it's like everybody was cool. Then you went to the doctor. Oh, he diagnosed not, you know what I'm saying? He died in 3 months. It's like, damn.
I got gout, but now I died from AIDS. What is this?
But
what
that's
is
also
this?
because of that fear of going. Like once you know,
it's
you
over.
Feel different, right?
Yeah, it's over.
You don't know you got something, you good. You know you
but-
got something. It's like you think about it constantly, and it's on your mind constantly. You know what I mean? And that helps. That helps the wear and tear of you know the breakdown of your
now
body.
the psychological
but
diagnosis is there, and that's killing you.
Let me take y'all down this rabbit hole. The reason why.
Go ahead.
We 2 generations removed from our grandparents being damn near experiments, and this is fact. So the fear that we talk about of them going to the doctors because they not going to doctors and seeing people that represent them. They're not seeing you know, these black faces that can actually help. And actually, I was watching, you know, before because I was thinking about this topic before I was getting here, and I was watching several different shows that was kind of highlighting the healthcare system and how they view black people. Y'all need to check out Family Reunion. I really love that show. I don't watch a lot of TV series, but when I do, it's got to be something black. But they touched on it, even though it was a focus on black women and birth.
Right.
But then they also talked about, you know, their grandpa, he had, you know, prostate cancer, or I think pancreatic cancer, one of them. It may have been prostate. But it's just that fear when you go out there, you go in there, you don't see these people that represent you. They don't care in this process. They don't know how to diagnose you correctly. Or if you sit here and you tell them like, hey, this don't feel right to me, they dismiss it or they overdiagnose you. And then we also got to talk about the financial aspect of, you know, going to the doctor. That's why a lot of people don't want to go.
Yeah,
and
that's a reason.
I'll give you a real story too. Like, man, when I would turn 40, I just turned 40 in June. And the biggest thing I was, yeah, I'm 40. I know I don't look like it. I know I look like I'm 39, but
when I just turned 40, I turned 40 in June.
I smell 40. Right. So I just turned 40 in June. And one of the big things I wanted to do is I wanted to get a full panel, you know, physical. I wanted to do the colonoscopy. I wasn't gonna sit here and say, hey, you can't put your finger in my butt. You put your finger in my butt, I'm gonna have to take that shit.
You got the colonoscopy?
No, he told me I didn't need it. So he told me I didn't need it. So I'm a 40. He said I should think about it and, you know, talk to him about 45 because I wasn't high risk.
Okay.
So, you know, so the biggest thing right before I had this big, you know, physical that I was planning and stuff like that, which he's supposed to do as people once a year, twice a year, you know, I had like something that was wrong with me, and I knew it was something wrong with me, and it ended up being a gallstone. I never had one of those before. Never. That's just the worst fucking pain.
What is that, and where is that?
So a gallstone.
Not going to the doctor.
Like, what the fuck is that?
I could have said, where is
Pick your body.
So gallstone is calcium buildup in your body, and it comes out like in pebbles. And it's like right around in your bladder and stuff like that. It scar your bladder and stuff like that. And then when you pass those gallstones, you got to pass through your urethra, and you have to like literally let it out. So depending on the size of it.
Oh my God.
Piss the marble.
Yeah. I didn't piss a marble. I'm glad I didn't, but it's depending on how big it is, how many you have. It is like literally the worst thing. Like I had a fever. I thought I was down for COVID. Lucky I never had COVID, but I thought I had COVID. I thought, you know, I thought my liver was from the burst or something.
Yeah.
Someone on me just out the blue. Like I thought I had a really bad back pain. And so it got so bad to the point where I couldn't sleep. I was waking up. I'm like, man, this is not feeling right. Had a high temperature. And I went to the emergency room. And, you know, doctor just came in. I'm like, man, something not right. I feel like I got a back strain in my lower back. And he just touched my back. He said, oh, you got a gallstone. I was like, okay. I said, so what the fuck I do? He's like, oh, yeah, we're going to take you to do an MRI. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Did an MRI. Came out. He said, oh, yeah, it's close to passing. Just take this whatever type of medicine you gave me. And I hate taking medicine. But take this medicine. It should open you up your bladder valve so you can piss it out quick. So it make you pee so much.
Right.
You piss it out. And it came out the next day. I was happy because sometimes they say it takes 14 days for it to come out. But then I got the bill.
Oh,
no. And I got really great insurance, you know, for my job.
But it ain't nothing like public aid.
It's nothing like it. Public aid, you get everything free. You know, I mean, and I look at it and I bring up the financial cost of it because I had to pay, not necessarily pay the $30,000 for the MRI,
Right.
just the out of pocket expense. I had to pay $2,000.
Damn.
And what they gave you pills?
They gave me a
Liquid?
pill. No, it was a little pill that I had to take, like 2 pills. I didn't take them. I ended up pissing out the next day before I taking the pill. But I had to pay for the pills. Pills were nothing but like what, $30 that I paid out with my insurance. But the biggest thing, I'm looking at the bill that I got like 2 months later, I got to pay $2,000 for a $30,000 MRI imaging.
Wow.
It was $30,000 just to scan my body for 2 minutes to say, oh yeah, it's right there. It's right there.
Wow.
I'm like, did I need it? If this doctor came and touched me and said, yeah, you got a gallstone.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I think sometimes when we get to these points, the fear is one that we know about the Tuskegee incident in the 30s. The experiment and that's not the only incident. That's the biggest thing we know.
Well, for the listeners that may not know,
yes,
touch on it.
Yeah, so back in the 30s, that y'all was comparing it to COVID and not getting a COVID shot. It's two different things. So back in the late 20s and the 30s, they was treating syphilis in black people. Everybody was getting syphilis, but black men was getting syphilis, and they kind of lured them into clinics and gave them placebos because they wanted to study the effects of syphilis over them over a long period of time. So this lasted from like the late 20s to the 70s.
Whoa.
So that that this affected people. So this is this is staying on our heart and being black people, because we talking about slavery.
Yeah.
What they used to do to slavery. Like, do y'all know the origins of a chainsaw? Do you know what that is, right?
A chainsaw?
Yeah, the origins of the chainsaw. It wasn't meant to cut down trees or cut things, anything like that.
No, I mean,
the origins of a chainsaw was called a pelvic cutter. So it helped in childbirth on slaves.
Wow.
Like they used to cut the pelvis bones. They're like this wild. Like these things
that is wild
that happen in history, and it's like it's trickling down to everybody. And like, man, like we 2 generations away.
You don't even know why.
You talk to your grandparents, they were like, man, my mom didn't go to the doctor because this happened. Right. We got the Henrietta Lacks situation. We got all these things and stuff like that going on now, that it's not adequate, even for women. It's bigger, like the childbirth, because it's not enough representation there.
Yeah.
And we talk about the devastation of financial impact that it has on family, because we're not adequately insured to cover health.
I believe that's more so why men don't go, like, because you got to think about it, like women go all the time now. Shit.
All the time.
They go for everything.
When I talk about financial impact, who's the breadwinner?
Exactly.
So if the man just saying, oh man, I may have a little X in pain, but I can't take off work.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's true.
If I do take off work, I was looking at the Netflix film, From Scratch. The guy ended up catching cancer, and he couldn't work, and the financial burden it was putting on their family was outrageous. It was affecting everyone in the family, this financial burden. And we got to take a look at the healthcare system in America and be like, this is why people don't go there. It's not because like, hey, we fear it, or we don't know our body.
It is kind of a fear though, yeah.
Yeah, I tell you, the fear is from the history of the medical situation. But the access to this healthcare is costly. It's too costly.
I think for me, I think going to the doctor, I don't like Reese said, I don't recall any males in the family ever talking about it. That was never, it was always, you a guy, throw some dirt on it, you know what I'm saying? Tough it out, you know what I'm saying? Things like that. Take some tussing, you know what I'm saying? It was not nothing, like, kind of, remember when we had the conversation about, the kids and just trying to, show them love and, praise them and stuff like that. It's like, this is another conversation where it's like, yo, we don't even, I can't say we, but like, I know I don't visit the doctor as I should. Now, if my wife goes to the doctor and they say she cool, shit, we cool. You know what I'm saying? But like Vader said, that ain't gonna tell you if you got cancer in your ass or some shit like that. So, like it's again, it's like Vader was saying earlier. It's sight unseen. If we feel good, we're not thinking about that, and that's normal for anyone.
And it don't even have to be you. We don't even have to feel 100%.
Yeah,
we feel 60%. We are right. Like,
good enough.
I just got a little cold or something, or stomach ache, or any damn thing. We like it. we okay.
Hit
can go
that
to work.
Tussin and we decent.
Yeah.
Right. I think it like, man, good thing is like, man, I never had, you know, a real cold. Last time I was really sick was chickenpox in '96.
Right.
That's the
Well,
last time I was sick.
the last time I can remember being down bad, I think it was chlamydia. I think it was. Went to the hospital.
Balls.
I'm like, yo,
Them balls was hurting, huh?
bruh. I'm
Yeah, who?
like, chlamydia. Hell yeah, boy.
Yeah,
That
chlamydia.
shit was
That's
crazy.
the white folks.
No, there ain't no white folks. Hey, he said it's okay. He said the last time
No, but the
Last
white folks
time
love it. They be like, I just got chlamydia. Like,
like last time I was down bad.
That's just it.
That was the last time I can remember that.
My balls was too big in my
That shit was scary as hell, bro. Because you go to the hospital, right? You don't know to be embarrassed or to be concerned. You know what I'm saying? Because now, you know, whoever the doctor is, they gotta look at your junk. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then they gotta, they flipping your shit around. Like you're like, damn, bro,
This is a penis.
right? Calm down, calm down.
My shit's sore.
That's like the
And
shit.
then it's just like, oh, it's just chlamydia. We got some pills for you, clear right up. Clear what up? Like what? Like
I don't even have a
what
full
is-
understanding.
what is it?
exactly. And that was like I say, the experience wasn't horrible. It was just more like when you don't know and they tell you something that you're not familiar with, you like Vader said, your mind go to the worst.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So going off of that, and then just every other physical I would have to do for any job, that'll be the extent of my medical history. You know what I'm saying?
So do you think that outside of, we gonna establish the baseline is fear for most black men going
I would definitely say fear would be because you don't want to go in there and get bad news. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I've been kind of thinking about that. You also don't want to go in there and find out that the bad news is that you could have prevented this.
right?
Yeah.
That's true.
And see, that's
But
why
you
I
see,
say
like,
it's fear.
That's true.
And like Pac-Man was saying, like the last thing you need is another damn obstacle. Like
Yeah.
we already
Yeah.
got a lot of shit on our shoulders.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So the last thing you want to go is another bill. That's how we look at
It's
it.
another
It's
bill.
another bill.
And you know
what
what's
I'm saying?
crazy? A lot of in the field I'm in, a lot of the people will stay well past the 30 years that you need to retire just for the health benefits.
Really?
Right.
Just so
Yeah.
that they can take care of medical and keep surviving. It's like, man, you will put off, you know what I mean, a full retirement and enjoying yourself just so you can take care of your health because you can't afford the medical the insurance outside of the job. And it's like, dang, man.
That's crazy.
Man,
Now,
that's-
I want to
After
ask. I want
in
to ask you
retirement,
and Vader a
we get
question.
insurance.
Yeah.
They
Right.
give us insurance. What is it?
So working, everybody gets insurance if you sign up for it, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they have allotment days, or like you can go get a checkup. Like that would be a part of your insurance, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Correct. Yeah.
When you go get a checkup, what are you saying? What do you say?
When you go
Yeah.
get a checkup.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
for a
when you,
checkup.
You just go, yeah, I'm here for preventative care.
Yeah.
No, I don't
Preventative
say.
care.
I just say checkup.
Yeah.
I say
And then
preventative
Ever
care.
since we came back from Vegas, I go regularly now. That's how I got the
What happened in
high
Vegas?
blood pressure medicine and the motherfucking acid reflux medicine. I just wasn't feeling good. After the whole Vegas ordeal, I started losing weight. I wasn't feeling good,
Damn.
and I just had to start like going to the doctor and just checking. Went
Goddamn
to the
Vegas
doctor.
strippers.
We thought you got addicted to the colonoscopy.
I thought it was the cocaine.
Vegas strippers. He was out there putting his finger in stripper butts. That's what he was doing. Oh, it don't feel good.
Bend it over. I got
All right,
20
bro.
bucks.
Come on, man. We on man's health, bro.
We found those tongue rings. Man.
We don't mean help, but I was putting my fingers in stripper butts.
All right,
What's
we
those
gonna do this, or
beads?
we ain't gonna do this.
We ain't gonna do it
All
because
right, we ain't gonna do it.
come on, do it, man. Come on, go
All
ahead.
right, well, shut the fuck up.
I'm mad because I put my finger in stripper butts. Come on, go ahead, man.
Go ahead.
All right, well,
Cry baby.
shut the
ass.
fuck up.
Come
then.
on, go.
right.
Stop crying.
All right, shut the fuck up.
No, cry. Go.
You gonna be done or you're not gonna be done?
I'm not done.
Because we could
I'm
do
not
this to the.
We got
to the-
30 minutes. Come on.
We do.
Go ahead, go.
All right, chill.
No,
Gotta chill, bro.
No.
Gotta chill.
no.
Everybody got to chill.
Would you go?
Would you shut up?
No.
Once you shut up, I could go.
No.
Just be quiet. Then we can go.
You know, I'm silent every time.
We too cancer. We'll be sitting here all day, bro.
I won't. You'll be doing this by yourself. Look, you want to end it because I want the last word. Go ahead and go,
I'm going to say the last word. I'm the motherfucker talking.
Go ahead, go.
All right, just chill.
See, look, you're gonna keep doing it. It's okay. You can go ahead and go.
You gonna chill or what?
Okay. No, I'm not gonna chill, but go ahead.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead. You're not gonna chill. Keep going.
I was waiting on you to finish Vegas.
Yeah. How did they determine the high blood pressure? That's what I want to know.
No, you just go in there and just tell them that you need to check up. That's how I first started. So I went to urgent care.
Urgent care.
So is that
care. The same as going to like the emergency?
That's the little shots that you see on the.
Why did you go to urgent care?
Because you can see right away. You ain't got to make up.
You wasn't feeling right or nothing, or you just needed a physical?
I wasn't feeling good.
Right.
Okay.
Well, I really wasn't. It wasn't gonna say wasn't feeling good. I think stress of me trying to figure out why the fuck I was losing weight.
Yeah.
Started making me think that I wasn't, feeling as well as I was. So
what you mean when you're losing weight? You said you immediately noticed you was losing weight after Vegas, or what? It was like sometime after, like, hey, this, like, my body not feeling right.
No, it was a gradual process. So even before Vegas, I noticed that I had lost like 5 pounds or something. So you don't think nothing of it.
Kim Kardashian.
Go to Vegas, you know what I'm saying? Come back. A little time go on, lose a couple more pounds, and I'm gonna start asking my mom, like, yo, like, is it normal, like, to lose, like, a couple pounds in the summertime or something? You heat, sweat, whatever. She was like, no, not that much, you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking, like, well, maybe it is, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. So my son was here visiting. Before I went to go check him back, I went and checked again. And then I lost some more weight. So at this point, it's about like 13 pounds.
Yeah. And a span of how long?
I took Fat Man back in the end of July.
So after Vegas? I was like under a month. Yeah.
Okay. So it's after Vegas. So
less than a month.
So, but it was because when I first checked, it was before Vegas. So it was like May-ish, so 2 months now.
Okay.
So I ended up going in August. So my first doctor appointment was August 8th. I went to the urgent care. Went and checked. He would check for like viruses and see if I was like, had any infections and things of that nature. So he check your piss, he check your blood, things of that nature. Weigh you, all that shit like that. And he said he'll get the results back in like a couple of days, and then I should check out with my primary care. I didn't even have a primary care. So I'm like, oh shit, I probably need to have a primary care.
Yeah.
So by the time I got my results back, he was like, oh, well, I didn't find anything. It didn't seem like nothing that, so you need to go to your primary care and have her, like, do tests or whatever. It turned out to be a lady. That's why I said her. But, to find out to your primary care and do whatever, blah, blah. So I went and searched doctors or whatever, found me a doctor, whatever, made an appointment. Did that on the 23rd of August. Went in to see her, brought in my paperwork from the urgent care, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So she immediately set me up with a colonoscopy. She did her own little scan, checked like my cholesterols and things of that nature. Mm-hmm. And that's when she found out that my blood pressure was like starting to be high. So she didn't put me on medicine right away. She let me do a couple of visits to make sure it was like a repeat kind of thing.
Yeah, like it was consistent.
And it wasn't just because I was, hysterical of like what's wrong with me or whatever. So by the time I went to my first visit, which was not the primary care, the urgent care, I was down to 169.
Damn.
So, yeah, I was down to 169. By the time I went to my urgent care doctor, I went up back to 176. Now, before we went to Vegas, I was 200. So you can imagine how much weight we lost in that time frame.
Yeah.
So we did that. Motherfucking my consultation with my not the OBG. What am I saying?
I was like, what?
OBG? God damn.
I always get that primary? Confused. Nah, the colonoscopy doctor is called something, man.
We just gonna call him colonoscopy doctor.
Well, okay, we'll call him colonoscopy doctor.
Tongue ring finders.
Oh my God.
He said, he give you kind of like a basic what's going, what you gotta do, what you gotta, how you prep yourself and things of nature, what I should be prepared for, whatever the case may be. So then that had got pushed back like twice because of like snowstorms or something. So it didn't even happen till like February. But in that time frame, I still had to go see my regular primary doctor or whatever. So we start just like doing a month by month kind of visit, once a month, just to kind of check and keep what's going on with my body. So in that time frame, I had an MRI, I had a CAT scan. They literally checked everything from my groin up to my neck, just like checking for just whatever they can find, any kind of tumors or anything like that, ulcers, anything like that in my stomach. They didn't find anything. They couldn't fit anything. They just seemed like mad bacteria, like, a lot of bad bacteria that I had in my stomach. Could have been from my diet or whatever. So that's when she finally put me on my blood pressure medicine, and then like, okay, well, I'm gonna leave it at acid reflux. So she gave me acid reflux medicine. So eventually
did you have stomach issues though? Like,
was I having stomach problems? Yeah, I was already like, what brought me in was because outside of the weight loss, like I was shitting a lot. I mean, I was using the bathroom like running. Yeah. So, but it wasn't like water run, but it was like real soft. And I was like, man, that's out of the blue. Like it just get real soft or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's why she sent me to the colonoscopy doctor. So then he was like, well, what do you think it is? And I was like, I don't know what it is. He was like, well, I'm gonna do my best to find out what it is. I'm just like, I'm hoping they cancer or whatever, blah, blah, blah. We talking to this because my stool came out real like thin, like a pencil damn near.
That's crazy. The doctor would ask you that. Like, what do you think it is?
Right.
Like, motherfucker, you're the professional, right?
I came to you.
Yeah, right.
Found like a lot of saliva and stuff.
Because sometimes people be knowing and, or, kind of their history or whatever the case may be. So, she'll just be asking like, family.
Yeah, family
kind of
health history.
And so that December we did another like infection check, you know what I'm saying, like a blood test or whatever, checking your infections and things of that nature, and everything came back good. So we did the colonoscopy. They ain't find shit in the colonoscopy or whatever the case may be. The prep and stuff was horrible. You gotta take that solution the night before. You can't eat nothing. You just gotta drink that nasty ass salt water. It's kind of a solution that you kind of mix, and it's just nasty. You gotta keep drinking and drinking, and it makes you go until your poop kind of almost get clear, like you can see through it. It looked like pee almost, like it's that clear, like it's just straight, like whatever. So nonetheless, colonoscopy, done that. They didn't find anything. He said everything was good. No polyps, no anything like that he seen that he could find. Everything was cool. And then we still just been on the whole like acid reflux. You think I was just having like a bad diet. She told me to change my diet, clean up how I eat a little bit, eat more fruits and vegetables, drinks a lot of water, things of that nature. It just was like possibly because of my age, eating bad for so many years, that it took a toll on me, and it just happened to happen that way, or whatever the case may be. So that's why I now go to the doctor regularly to make sure that that I'm good.
And I applaud that, man. Because,
for sure.
Like that's the courageousness in it. You know what I'm saying? That's the being brave part, not just being like, oh, I can take it, but if something's wrong with you, being able to get to the doctor and find out, because we got kids, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's what, my wife tell me all the time, like, you got kids, so you're trying to be tough and not go to the doctor. If something happened, then what? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then I don't think I'm trying to think if I would have noticed that I would have lost all that weight. And I mean, you lost the weight, but then you was also not feeling good.
Right.
So I think
I lost the weight, but I think it was the stress of
not
knowing that I lost the weight was making me
right.
Once I got through the whole testing, you get tests for all your STDs, you get tests for everything in the blood. You know what I'm saying? So once you start realizing it was nothing like that, even you could check like cancer marks, even in the blood. You can check those things. So once you start like getting checked for all those things, you kind of realize, okay, well, you can calm down. And then those kind of like headaches and sweats and shit like that was what kind of like
Start
you know,
subside.
yeah, subsiding. You know what I'm saying? Nothing cuts off right away, but it kind of just like in levels, it started to get better kind of thing. The more you seen the doctor, the more she kept saying like, "Oh yeah, everything's good, you're all right," and everything like that. It got to a point where I was seeing her once a month till like after my last visit in July. She was like, "Don't come back to December. Like you good. Don't come back." You know what I'm saying? Like you got to get your stuff time to happen. Your body to work itself out of this hole that you put yourself in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the crazy part about a lot of things that we go through is hereditary. But because our fathers and their fathers never really been to the doctor, you don't even know what's going on.
That family medical history.
Yeah,
that was that part. It was
that's
like,
true.
I have the wife definitely keeps great records as far as like, keeping the kids up to date.
Yeah.
I mean, I take them to the doctor and I look at them getting the appointment. I'm like, I should probably be getting an appointment too.
Yeah. I think Vader just motivated me. I'm gonna set me up a doctor's appointment.
I think for me, like being concerned with my health, because I never ate really bad. Like I try to stay away from fast food.
Boy, you grew up in Wallace.
I did.
We all did.
That was the teenage years, but when I hit my 20s, it was totally different. I wasn't spending that time at Wallace. I wasn't spending that time at McDonald's. It just like adverse, especially going through college and stuff like that stuff. I did a paper on like natural foods and stuff like that. It didn't turn me to a vegan or anything like that or a health food conscious. Like I still eat, but it just be more conscious of eating a little bit cleaner.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I can attest to that. I'm 2 years now, no red meat.
Yeah.
And that all happened because I had a bad steak taco.
I like steak though.
I had that steak taco and it tore me up, bro.
Yeah.
Tore me up. And then I was like, yo, I'm good on the tacos for a minute. And I think a minute ended up being like a month. But then after, like, I didn't eat no beef, nothing, no type of red meat. It just seemed like the lights got brighter. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, yo, I feel a lot better.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And then I just kept going diet wise. Like even now it's just chicken and turkey. And it's not even a whole lot of meat. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll do more. I'm guilty of the carbs. Definitely gonna mess up some rice, definitely gonna mess up some macaroni, things like that. But yeah, I don't really do a whole lot of meat no more. Like I wouldn't say I'm a full-blown vegetarian, but I don't know.
You can cook good, man. You're allergic.
I probably
to fish.
could.
Yeah, you're allergic to fish.
Yeah, I can't even eat the fish. That's the crazy part. But when you were saying the diet, have you kept up with it, or like when you changed it for that, did you keep up with it?
I wasn't finished my point.
Oh, my bad.
But I'm just saying, like my track is like now is just because in our 30s, I don't know if y'all did, but I personally seen a lot of people pass away between age 32 and 38, not from inner city violence and anything like that, but more so for like health reasons.
Yeah, I mean, my wife
so.
had a few friends that just popped up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it was just maybe could have been some type of preventive care.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But like I say, that instead of looking at it as I don't want no bad news, I don't want to receive news that I could have
late
taken
news
care of.
like,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you stage 4 cancer and shit like that. Like, damn, you could have caught this.
It was like stage 4.
like
Is
that.
it like overtime?
Yeah.
And see, with that's one of the reasons why with my primary care doctor, I had explained the situation with my father, because my father actually had prostate cancer, and fortunate enough, is undetectable now. He beat it, and I let them know that immediately, because it was like that's one of those things that can be hereditary, and I'm getting that process situated to go and take that next step, which is the colonoscopy for myself to make sure I don't have any cancer.
Right.
And if I do, I can catch it in the earliest stages.
Right.
Yeah. Like
And
that's the smart way.
Just to let the guys out there know
best
that's
way
watching, prostate cancer is the most treatable and curable cancer too. So if you go and get checked and go get that colonoscopy when you do and they catch it early, they can eradicate it.
Hey, that's a good point, man. I think it's time to let the people in. Let them in on the couch. We haven't been ignoring y'all. I just want to let you know that we haven't. We just kind of wanted to discuss the topic amongst ourselves, and kind of give the listeners, the point of view that we're trying to make or the topic. But now it is time for the wonderful world of comments.
Shit.
Let's see who's checking in. You know what I'm saying?
I
Hola,
really
V.
thought
How you
nobody
doing, V?
commented. I thought V wasn't here.
Veronica from
Yeah, see the
Facebook is always here. We have Lorraine from Facebook. She says, "Hey y'all,
What's
What up? What up? What up?
Pack. This one is for you." Veronica says,
"Shut up, Veronica." She's still mad at me at that text I sent her.
She said you got Tourette's.
Pac Man is Tourette's.
There's no helping that.
I mean, I'm gonna go down the list for our listeners or whatnot. So Veronica from Facebook again. This is our lovely. Is she like our number one now?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think
her
she's
and
like our
a
number
series. They are
We
top
we
fans.
gonna scroll down and see if we got a few more in there, but for sure. She says, "I can't speak for men, but for me, I don't want to go and hear any bad news." That's definitely kind of why we kind of avoid it.
That's
you know
the
what I mean?
baseline. Fear is the baseline.
Fear is
Oh,
the
yeah.
A1 number one, no matter which way you go around it. Fear of the bill, fear of the news, fear
What
of
up,
the travel.
Nikki?
Hey, Nikki. Nikki is checking in from Facebook. Veronica's comment again. It says, "In 2010, I had to pay 80 for one of them Tylenols when I was hospitalized. $80 for a Tylenol in the
Yeah.
hospital.
Dude,
That stuff, y'all need to go out and vote for real.
Can't you come in with some?
No,
no.
I mean, they don't check you though.
not over the counter.
GI doctor. There you go, V. Got my back. GI doctor. I know I wasn't that far off.
You didn't even say it.
I know I said OBGYN.
You was way off.
Gloria from Facebook says, "Black men have been taught to stick it out. This is for physical health, and mental health isn't even a conversation." We did kind of touch on
Absolutely.
mental health a little bit.
Yeah, but we agree though 100%.
Yeah. That's the case, and it's been like that for many years, which is true. Like I'm even guilty of it. Like if the kids like fall or something like that, I'll be like, "Oh, you good?" You know what I'm saying? Just go on, throw a little dirt on that. You know what I'm saying? Let me go and wipe that off. You know what I mean? And like, I don't know how to
You got a hairline
treat that
fracture on his shin.
you know what I'm saying?
We gotta understand that
Daddy,
the
my
medical
leg
field
still
has-
hurt from 4
has
months
come a
ago.
long way. You know?
Right.
Leg swollen.
You ain't walked
green.
far
used,
enough to
we
walk
used
it
to
off.
those home remedies that your mom used to, cook up for you.
We never
That
thought
get you
about the
back
family
right.
impact either. Like, they didn't have time to take you to the doctor or wanted to
Exactly.
take you
Right.
to the doctor.
Right.
Man.
So that was but yeah, I don't record. Did we, Isaiah, do you remember if we went to the doctor? I don't remember us going
to
to
get
the
shots.
doctor.
You know what? It was
School physicals.
school physicals, and like basically I cannot remember the name of the care center that was right there on 55th.
Everybody-
But,
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
yeah, we used
Yeah,
to go there and get our
yeah.
medicine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like common colds and stuff like fevers and everything like that. So that was basically it.
Oh,
Throwback. Raymar Clinic on 59th and Halstead.
Veronica asked me, did I have that burning sensation? From what I can remember, I
What?
think so. I think it
from
was,
chlamydia.
I think so. Yeah, when I went to the bathroom, that shit was like fire. You know what I'm saying? Like little needles, like little Hellraiser was coming out that motherfucker. So,
Why did this hurt so bad?
yeah, it was,
Why?
yeah, it was,
Why I can't piss like
that was many moons ago. But from what I can remember, yeah, it was pretty bad. It was pretty
Who
bad.
did you get it from?
Shit.
What's her name?
Oh, that was
Ain't no telling.
He was in Iowa.
We don't
Becky.
want to.
One of those pastel color-
Was I
Pastel
Iowa or
colors?
Sangamon?
Becky be looking for you.
probably sang him.
Oh, this is a good one. So Gloria, again from Facebook, says, "Be careful with the high blood pressure diagnosis, V. That's common diagnosis that medical professionals find for African Americans. If it could also have been from stress, which
Causes high blood pressure.
yeah, that for sure. Let me see. Hold on.
I agree with that.
Also,
Yeah, I agree with that because
about the meds. Remember,
they tell
the
you
pharmaceutical company makes major dollars off patients. That's true. Okay, so yeah, they could have been trying to pad their pockets, up their numbers,
I
something
agree.
like that.
Yeah.
I mean, do you feel like it's helped though?
I don't know. I think it was more peace of mind has helped more than anything.
yeah, it's always gonna be because they tell you like if you have high blood pressure, the number one thing to do is exercise,
Right.
change your diet,
No, well,
and stop
so-
stressing.
Have sex.
Yeah, you
Have
can't,
sex
but you
too.
can't. Yeah, they do
Beats-
say have
Beats
sex,
is great,
but you
for
can't
blood
just say
pressure.
stop stressing, nigga. Long as you motherfucking
Jesus Christ.
you know what I'm saying.
Well, I
As long as
mean,
you pouring black, you
vegetation.
gonna be stressed.
you can
Yeah.
mitigate your stress, man. You can compartmentalize. I'm not talking about suppress it, but there's ways to to meditate. I know Isaiah meditate and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
that can
They say meditate, but you know you really got to know what
Woman
you're
is a
doing when you
man
meditate. You can't just sit there
Man,
and meditate. You got to really know what you're doing. You got to blank out.
No, you got to educate yourself first. You got to take those.
You gotta
steps to do
read.
that.
I know.
Just take those steps to it. But it's better than just, all right, I'm gonna dump this water pill in my body to get my pressure down.
Mhm.
So
Oh no, V said the burning. She was asking Veda, not me.
Burning for what?
What's Veda was burning?
she said you had irritable bowel syndromes. She could have possibly had it, and when you did it burn?
Oh no.
So we got your
No,
burn story for no reason.
they check for IBS, Crohn's, ulcer colitis. That's what the whole colonoscopy is for. They check to see if I had any kind of like cobblestoning that was in my stomach tract, the 1 and 2 or whatever you want to call it. And everything was good. It was they showed me the video, everything was clear straight. They could see right through everything.
What is these comments? Can you delete those now?
Yeah, they not coming through.
Oh, block them. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
YouTube be weird.
Yeah.
But Reese, when was the last
the
time you
acid
been?
reflex? No.
Been where? To the doctor?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I could take the regurgitation sometimes and stuff like that, but no real burning. Sometimes, you might have, depending on the food, you might have a little bit of a what you call it, little chest little burn,
Heartburn
whatever
or
the
something?
case. Yeah, heartburn. There you go. A little bit of heartburn, whatever. But it was nothing that I ever thought that I could take medicine for. Nothing that ruined my everyday, life or anything like that. And I guess everything at one point to just, shit catch up with you. You're dealing with shit outside of just, your well-being. Just life in general is still happening around you. So that also has stress that adds to it. And maybe it just got to me.
And for the viewers, do you go to the doctor regularly? Twice a year, once a year?
I can't even remember the last time I've been to the doctor. And that's sad, with having kids. But I don't really have any health issues. Like, it's nothing that, ever triggered me to be like, all right, I need to go to the doctor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I think we should do it.
Oh yeah, we
At
should do it.
least once.
What I want us to do is I want us to go get a checkup, and then we come back on a later date and then post our results.
I like the urgent care. I didn't know about that.
Yeah. And then
So
we'll
it's
talk
like
about the
you
results.
went to urgent care, and then you ended up finding a primary care, right?
I went to urgent care, but then I went to find a primary care.
How'd you find your primary care?
I Googled it.
Okay, that works.
Yeah.
For your
They
area?
they give you
Or
options.
did you go
though.
by like a certain?
No, the primary care give you options. They'll give you places that's like in your area, things of that nature, whatever the case may be.
The urgent care give you options.
The urgent care care give you options or whatever. But I Googled what was in my network as far as my insurance.
Right.
Yeah. So that's how I chose my primary care.
Using your insurance to get, you can download the app and it help. Yeah,
Is that WebMD?
Even if
Not
you go to
WebMD,
your job,
that's-
they'll help you find it.
Yeah. It's not WebMD.
It's hard. It's
What is
hard
that?
for us.
It depends on like I got Blue Cross Blue Shield, so I have this app called Sydney. So Sydney is like
Yeah, that was me.
my health insurance. I mean, my health assistant. So I can go in there and they tell me primaries. Even they don't do by color or anything like that, but I can pick ethnicity of the doctors and stuff like that too. So
It's hard.
Gotta
Like,
tap in.
I ain't been to the doctor. Shit, I ain't, man.
Yeah.
It's been so long, you know what I'm saying, since I've been to the doctor. The last time I had to get like some antibiotics. Y'all remember we was in that car accident?
Yeah.
In that damn
With
Corsica,
Haygood?
that Chevy Corsica. Nah, well, no Haygood.
Well, you smash your face.
Yeah. And I had to get, and I ain't even know that I was allergic
Look like
to.
Vanilla Sky.
Yeah, you ain't even see me, bitch. But, after remember, y'all ain't see me for like 2 weeks. Remember after that,
Rip Hamilton
Man,
and shit.
my face was so swollen. But I didn't know because I didn't know I was allergic to what's how you say that
Penicillin?
pack, bacitracin or something like that.
But I don't
It's in like Neosporin. It's something
Mm.
that heals like wounds and stuff like that. So that's what I rubbed on my eye. Like after I got to the car accident, I went to my mom's crib and she rubbed it on my eye. Man, I woke up the next morning, my eye, that motherfucker looked like Kimbo Slice hit that.
Gina, give me kiss.
That's how big it
important.
was. Yeah.
That's
Then
a
I went to the
thing.
and I still wasn't going to the doctor. I had hives all over my body and everything. I'm like,
I'm
man, this
straight.
See,
so
that-
my mom, and she's kind of like in the medical field. She's a medical biller in a dialysis clinic. So she was like, you got to go to the doctor. So when I went to the doctor, they gave me this, man, the strongest antibiotics that they had. And I'll never forget this. Since Vader telling his story, it just had me just shitting. You know what I'm saying? Like you kind of like shitting out the infection. You know what I'm saying? And my ass was so raw. Dog. Like, man, I think I had hemorrhoids. I don't even know if I had hemorrhoids or not. All I know is I put a lot of ice in my ass and Vaseline,
just like that stripper.
it felt like a squid. And the crazy part about it, I feel like I had a squid in my ass. I went to hoop with y'all and everything with a whole octopus in my ass. I had so much Vaseline in it because my ass hurt so bad. It was dangerous. Yeah.
Was it from the medicine?
That's how bad we are, man. Me and all. Like we
that's
don't even
that
care.
Vegas
We
trip.
just, yeah,
God
we just
damn
out
it. The strippers point fingers out ass. God damn it. Glad I did not go. That's a hangover trip.
It was rough. It just took it. Was out regular out in the world with a whole fucking calamari. Yeah.
What's that on your leg? Oh no, this is my pet octopus.
Squidward.
Motherfucker coming down
It
with
was
the little
bad.
clarinet
It
and
was
shit.
bad. It was bad.
This was high school.
Nah, this was after high school though. This I don't know what you was at. Dog. I think he was in Iowa. Nah, we went on 30, man.
That was like yesterday. Shit. That was Bacon. Bacon had the shit
I
before.
think that was before Alabama State.
Damn. So
Yeah, I think it was before Alabama
we was
State.
18 then.
We had
like 20 maybe.
Me, you, and Teach was already together. It was me, you, and Teach. Yeah,
It was me, UT's, and I think Pac was in the car too.
Don't forget about the squid.
I don't think I was in there.
Squid came out.
Squid was in the car.
The squid.
The real squid game.
No, but think about it,
uh,
Reese. Think
that
about it,
was-
Reese. Things like that, like you was allergic to
I think it's
That
called
thing.
bacitracin. I think that's what it's called.
Bacitracin.
Yeah.
you allergic to that. That's one of the catalysts to get us to go to the doctors because we don't know.
Right.
Like I don't feel I have no allergies, but I found that I have like a small allergy of cream cheese. You can develop it, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
I got an
Yeah,
allergy
and
to
that's
cream
crazy,
cheese.
Pat, because Mina just went to we already knew she had a peanut allergy. At first we didn't know. But we don't know how like pizza. A lot of restaurants cook they're paying the pizza
And peanut oil.
and peanut
Peanut
oil.
oil.
You know what I'm saying? So we didn't understand, like, damn, why she keep getting these allergic reactions? You know what I'm saying? So she's allergic to peanuts, shellfish, and now we just found out she's allergic to dog hair.
Yeah.
We got 2 dogs. You know what I'm
And
saying?
now she gotta take Benadryl. Y'all gotta get rid of the dog.
Gotta get rid of the dogs. Yo.
Yeah.
That's the cheaper route.
Yeah, that's it. Like me and cream cheese. Like it's not bad. It's just like, but
Yeah, that's the most common one. Is what is it? Dang man. With dairy. What is it, Pac-Man? When you
Lactose intolerant.
intolerant.
yeah.
especially for black people.
And
I drink whole milk
lactose.
though.
Yeah, I've always been lactose.
I used to
love
drink
milk.
milk
I
all
developed
the
that.
time. Now, if I
Yeah.
drink,
I always
if I eat
been
a bowl of
lactose.
cereal,
Sound like
that's
a
it.
band.
Yeah, it gotta be soy milk or almond milk. That's all I can do.
I drink
can only
oat
drink
milk.
almond milk.
I
Oat
only,
milk.
only drink almond milk now, but I'm just saying I always been lactose. Ice cream, but I can't stand
Cheese.
I
ice
used
cream.
to be able to
Yeah.
tell you that.
Cheese.
I can't even eat that much cheese.
I still drink whole milk.
Like
People look
pizza?
at me gross. Like, why are you doing
Yeah,
that?
it's pretty
You're not
gross.
lactose intolerant.
I'm not lactose
What's
intolerant.
wrong with
I
your
only cream
stomach?
cheese. That's it.
Mm.
And I still eat it. It's just like I get like little whelps on my forearm. That's it. But
I
like,
think I want
like
to see an
coochie.
allergist.
exactly. I may need to get checked. I probably had chlamydia like Don. I don't know. But I'd rather have that than stripper fingers in my ass.
Who's getting
Oh,
the
wow.
Strucky Pokey from
Hold
Strucky?
on, we got some news.
That Vegas
in there.
trip, man. Shit.
Oh Lord.
Oh,
Veronica
came back and-
says whole milk is nasty.
Yes.
I love whole milk.
Man, I used to love it, man. I used to drink that with anything.
Thank
Over
you.
that time.
And Reese said it is bacitracin.
There you go. Thank you, Treese. Oh yeah, Treese a nurse, right? She a traveling nurse.
Yeah.
Shout out to the nurses, man.
Yeah, superheroes.
So men's health, man, that's kind of why we don't go. You know what I mean? We don't want to go and get bad news. We don't want to go and pick up a new bill. But we should at least go. You know what I'm saying? Because if we can pay for if I can pay for Steelers tickets, I can pay for a doctor visit.
But yeah, I mean, you're an entrepreneur too. You get you are you on with your wife, or you can get insurance for yourself too.
Yeah, I got
a
it
really good
through the state.
Through the state. Okay,
Yep.
yeah, I was just saying. But I think what most men don't do, we don't read those fine prints, because all these preventative care that we can do is free. So we don't want to just rest on the laurels of the financial
we was
thing.
talking about with the therapy. Like I didn't know that you can get free therapy sessions. So it's just like, take advantage of that. So
yeah, we can do even if they're not free, we get a discount through our insurance. They pay 80% of it. You know what I'm saying? So if you go to out, they pay 80% of that. All right. So I think it's just guys out there, we need to start looking at we paying every month for this health insurance. We're paying like $4 grand a year.
Look into it, read it, figure out what you can do with it.
Utilize this stuff. And also
insurance.
Yeah, and we're not necessarily this health. What else is our health? We talking about our teeth.
Teeth too.
Talk about our eyes. I got really bad eyes, so I definitely be on the eye stuff. So every year,
I'm almost blind in my left eye from a childhood accident and left me with astigmatism.
Yeah. Nah, I just got -7. I say because I'm blind as hell. So I'd rather have your astigmatism than that.
Nah, if I lose this right eye, I'm in trouble.
It's gonna happen. My dad and my mom wear glasses, so
yeah. They say that's from when
beating your meat too much.
No, from when you were a fetus and your mama was having sex when she was pregnant. Watch your eyes in there, baby.
It's in my eye.
What is that, Snake Johnson?
I guess it kept hitting you in that little spot back there.
Yeah, back of my head. Back of my head and shit. Fuck my eyesight up.
Kept hitting Reese on the top of his head.
Mama, what is that? All I have nightmares about snakes.
It's so it's tight in here. He grabbing it. Stop it, sir.
What is that? What is the
all right,
white
man.
floaties?
Final thoughts, man.
Final thoughts, man. Get to the doctor, man. That's just I know I'm going. I'm gonna schedule me an appointment. Dental, vision, the whole nine. Make sure I'm good. So I can be there to see my grandkids.
I keep the pearly whites. Even though I got one missing right here.
Just don't keep them
My
out.
teeth is pearly whites, but they falling out.
The ones I got. I keep the ones I got. Got it up.
Baby.
And make sure y'all, a lot of people do research on their systems, and they go on social media and let a lot of people tell you what to eat, what not to eat, what pills to take, make sure because a lot of times they on there and our system not the same as like Caucasians, you know what I'm saying? So you got to make sure pastel
people.
So you got to make sure, that whatever you looking into, make sure it's our systems, so we have different systems.
Shit, my system ain't the same as yours. So
that's true too. Yeah.
You gotta know what works for you. You gotta, when you start taking things, you gotta start paying attention how your body react to it. You know what I mean? Anything that you start making you feel bad or you're changing your diet, make you not want to eat, you gotta stop. You gotta. It doesn't work for you. Any kind of outbreaks, anything like that. All those things you gotta pay attention to. The multivitamins are good, but like I said, you gotta be careful what you take. And how you take, and even the way you diet. Some people can, some diets may not be work for you.
Did you when they did your blood test? Because I know when I did my blood test, they were able to tell me what type of diet I should have according to my blood.
Well, they gave me some papers. They gave me a breakdown of I just didn't read it.
Go to the
doctor. We gonna read what they show you.
Me, Don, Isaiah,
when they go,
Pat, we're gonna do this checkups and we're gonna on another show
give everybody an update.
We're gonna update everybody on
tell you that my cholesterol high and I can't hear.
Yeah, I got mine right now if y'all want to see it.
I got mine too. My next checkup is in December.
No, we're gonna do it to at the same time. Same time.
My next checkup is in December.
Be short at the same time, right? We ain't going to the doctor at the same time.
No, hell no.
Booty's lined up like.
Right on there, dog. He over there crying and shit. With a Pittsburgh Steelers towel.
He waiting for the towel and said, "Do me next."
Terrible towel.
We're going at separate times.
Final thoughts, Pat.
gonna be a pain in the ass. So.
My final thought is health is wealth, man. And it's we spend our time trying to get wealthy a monetary way, and we forget about what's the main thing is us. I'm a data guy, so I'll dive in a lot of data. I read a lot of data.
Oh, I thought you date a guy.
Maybe when I'm 50, I don't know.
Keep dropping bombshells. Huh?
Shit, that at least I can admit it versus the stripper with the finger.
Pac-Man gonna be dancing like that dude from Dama.
Yeah. I gotta be shaking my hips. No, but seriously, let me finish. But I'm a data's guy, so I look at all the data and everything like that. Life expectancy of an African American male is decreasing over the last 5 years. We are now at 67.1 years of life expectancy in America, which is really kind of terrible because my grandfather died at 73. My grandma died at 68. I always tell my daughter I'm gonna live till I'm 100 and stuff like that, but it's got to be a change, right?
Notice those are married men.
Yeah, but I just my final thought is, man, we pay for it. Why not take advantage of these services that we always have?
True.
Not if it's just once a year, that's fine, but I'm gonna do twice a year because somebody was getting on me about like going to a doctor more often. I was like, I don't need it. They tell me I got a clean bill of health, why I got to go back? But
that's how I used to feel too.
Yeah,
that's not always the way.
It's not always the case because again, watching with this one show, dude bumped his knee and turned out, and he was hurting for weeks, and it turned out he had cancer. He just bumped his knee. That was weird. I never feel those things, but I have these aches and pains sometimes, and you think you're just getting older.
Yeah.
But you got to start paying attention to your body, and you got to start understanding, like, man, I'm not a specialist, so if I feel something is wrong and it don't feel right to me, go get a professional check.
Is that, hey, look, when your knee start hurting, is that the first thing you thought of?
Cancer?
Nah. When the dude bumped his knee, like, oh shit, it was hurting this same spot. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you start thinking like that? Is what I'm saying. Like when you start watching TV, and then like something come up with you, like a shoulder ache. Oh, remember in that one show, he had a shoulder ache and he messed around and had to get a surgery or something like that. That's how I think.
That's how I'm thinking like now too.
Yeah, when something happened, I start automatically thinking about what I remembered. From TV, from personal experiences and things of that nature, and then that makes you hesitant just a tad bit to pick up that phone and make that phone call. But you have to to make sure that you're not in that same situation as the person that you seen go through that situation, and that's what be scary sometimes.
And I think we should. I think that we should immediately do it and kind of cut through that fear, because we don't want bad news.
Yeah,
but we don't want to be too late.
Yeah. And like I say, that roll tides right into mine.
Yeah. And I wonder if if they get bad news, would they express it? Would that be something that you would keep to yourself, or?
I don't think I would.
Now you don't want to be a burden, or?
No, I don't think I would. Because bad it's news, like it's gonna like it's not just affecting me. Us?
Oh no, I tell you.
Yeah, it's not just affecting me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's affecting everybody around you, at least the people that you care about in your circle.
Man, I can understand that somebody that don't say anything because it's a burden.
I mean, you gotta take it in. If I find out today, I ain't gonna tell you today. But I gotta take it in and process it a little bit. But I'm not gonna hold it to myself.
Yeah, I'm gonna embrace it. Just like everything else.
Is, something happened and you're like, damn, I didn't even know that. You know what I mean? It's like, you know what I'm saying?
I think
you want to let your people know what's going on or something was wrong.
Sure.
Yeah, you need that support.
Going through something.
You need that support.
And support.
Yeah, you need that support.
And a couple jokes.
Man.
Yeah,
that's gonna help you up out of that fun.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's what comes with the shit.
Yeah. Your ass, your hair gonna fall out. Your bald head ass. Your colon gonna fall out your ass.
For me, on the final thoughts, I think
pick it up, put it in a jar.
I think you as an adult male being 40 now, that 40 doesn't mean you automatically stop doing things that you used to do. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't give you like instant maturity. But I feel like if you have a family, you know what I'm saying, you got people around you that care about you. I feel it's like your duty to make sure that, you're doing not only the right things at whatever job you're working at, when you go outside and you try to stay safe. I mean, it's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Just treat it as it's the same thing. Be safe. not only outside but with yourself. You know what I'm saying? So we don't look at some of the things we go through as hard, you know what I'm saying? But just going to the doctor to, you know, find out if something's wrong, we get choked up on that. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to treat it all as the same. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't be scared about what could happen to me in the streets or, you know, just going to go get some gas. So I shouldn't be scared to go find out how my body is doing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just, you know, I just try to equalize it across the board. You know what I'm saying? Like all risk is risk. You know what I'm saying?
I think I'm just afraid of. I personally think I'm afraid of being a burden. Like I'm afraid of.
What's the burden though?
I don't know. Like just feeling like somebody had to stop their life to take care of me. You know, like I don't want my kids to have to stop what they doing to take care of me. Stop living.
You know what I'm saying?
I
you stop your life to take care
of
them.
I feel like that's not what they there for. I feel like, you know what I'm saying?
No, that's what they are there for, their family.
I'm talking about even now, like at the age of 40. You know what I'm saying? Like my kids ain't even grown up yet. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to put that burden on them. I don't want to put that pressure on them.
Unfortunately, though, you know, unfortunately, if something was to happen to you, everybody would have to take one step up. You know what I mean? Like everybody from the baby to the top.
Yeah, but
everybody got to take one.
I ain't saying that they wouldn't, and I'm not saying that.
That's just how family works.
Yeah, I would feel bad if they had to.
But it's hard. Even if you don't want them to do it, you don't. But you don't want them not to do it though.
Oh, true.
Yeah, you don't want to be like, fuck you, daddy. That's one.
And then that's one of them things that falls in that, you know, you can't control that. You know what I'm saying? So the stuff that you can control, go to the doctor and get checked out. You know what I'm saying?
Like chlamydia.
Yeah, man. I went, got the pills. You know what I'm saying? But this has been Men's Health, and you know, kind of giving everybody insight as to why we
got people saying goodbye or something.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna check in with them real quick. But you know, thank you for tuning in and
thank you, B.
You know, watching it, you know, listening. Everybody shared their personal stories. Also, next week we got a special show for you.
I'm back to 200 though right now. I'm back
to 200.
Yeah, 200 club.
Got the pot belly back. You know what I'm saying? Next week we're gonna explain why. I mean, because if you guys seen, you know, some of our new graphic is a street sign, 56 Union. You know what I'm saying? We're called the Union Podcast because we all grew up on Union Street. And we got some wild stories to tell you about 56 and Union. It's not just a street sign. For me, it was a whole childhood. You know what I'm saying? It was a whole experience. So
absolutely.
We definitely gonna spill the tea. You know what I'm saying? Travel back in time, way back. But before we get out of here, I just want to check in with the people. I'm working on my Bang accent. So before we get out of here, let's see. Veronica said that happened to my grandmother. She was on her daily run, but by this time her thighs were hurting. Found out on December of 2019 she had cancer. She passed away February of 21st. That's
RIP.
Our deepest condolences for that. But like I say, information like that, you know, preventative care. You know what I mean? Treated the same across the board.
Damn, cancer just don't take you down. Show you no love.
No.
At all.
Don't matter the age. No, man.
Who you are.
Veronica also said that she would dedicate her I would dedicate my life to caring for my parents if they needed me. And that's
I think that's what I'm afraid of though.
You know what I mean?
I agree with Pac-Man. It's like 50-50. Like you want that, but at the same time, it's like, man, I feel bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, that's one of the things you can't control. So focus on the stuff that you can. You know what I'm saying? Couple more. Veda, she said 200 plus is good on a man. So
yeah, that's where I want to stay, baby.
Yeah.
Thank you, V.
Well, I got you beat.
Husky puppies. I ain't quite 200. I'm 198, but
y'all talking about people with beat.
You round up.
I'm 250.
You got us all. You a tight end.
You're right. Defensive line.
That's not what he said yesterday.
Y'all go with these butt jokes.
All right, man.
Union Podcast, we out.
We out. Appreciate